the drivers meeting, so we're getting ready to go live here. About 30 minutes, there's going to be a wedding take place. That's going to go on, and then we'll get ready to race. Nice chilly start to the day. They got to back up the start time just a little bit, get track temperature up. But I mean, sun's a shining and beautiful Florida weather, so we're going to get ready to rock.
We're marrying a couple of Sig Week people here on the starting line in about 5 minutes. If you'd like to hang around, they'd like you to be a part of their company. We are here in the presence of family, friends, fellow Sig Week competitors to send Houston McLean and Kate Fulmer to the starting line to get the green light and travel down the drag strips and roads of life as husband and wife. By the power vested in me by the state of Florida and the church content, I now pronounce you husband and wife. Let's get this over with and kiss your bride.
We've been playing all summer with the 66. We had it out at Woodward. We had it testing. You know, we took the motor out of the wreck car and put her in here. We were out, we were number one qualifier at Woodward. That was a lot of fun. Of course, we went out first round. That track surface was tricky to go straight on. Yeah, we were testing in Toronto and going decent, testing in Bradenton, and this week we made 16 hits this week and went down the track twice slow at the end, so hoping it's pretty good air today, so we'll see. Hopefully we make a nice pass today. So this car, we started drag week in 2012 with this car and ran it until its last year was 2019. It won drag week in 2017. We came in second in 18. It's gone 652 at 217. So it's a little heavier than the other car. Not as good aero. Not as smaller tire. Not as stable. A lot slower through the 60. But it's a great car. It looks a lot better than the other one. The motor, the drivetrain. This car. We took the gear vendors, the Rosler, the 872, and that was previously in this car, so it didn't take a ton of work. But yeah, we've got a different converter in it this year. You know, there's a few subtle changes. I want to be here Friday. If we can. You know, I think Bradenton will be the track where it's hard to say. The track prep at Bradenton, I think, might be a little better than here. So, you know, if we go 650s, I'll be pretty happy. I think this car can go quicker than that. But yeah, I just want to be here Friday and have a little more fun this year than last year. We made a mistake. The nitrous first stage didn't turn on. We had tested, since testing, we put our fourth stage, which is closer to the bottom of the plenum, and wanted to switch that to our first. The fourth stage we hadn't used in a while. I think there's a mechanical issue with the solenoid, because electronically it tried to trigger it, but it didn't turn on. Second stage, third stage turned on, but it had huge timing pulled out. So that's why it kind of mile per hour, but was real slow.
The competition today is going to be freaking awesome. The weather is fucking, like, it is cold for Florida, warm for Michigan, but their car is going to be making power. The NA guys have to love it. The boost guys, it's even better. So, like, I mean, the nitrous guys are going to love it. Like, this kind of weather, everybody loves it except standing here not in the car or driving down the road. Like those two things, you're like, oh, it's cold out. But man, once you get up there, you're gonna be like, ooh, it's cold out. Like, good stuff. So, battles everywhere. And I made a mistake yesterday, I think, because I put a bunch of people on unlimited. I forgot there's unlimited and unlimited iron. So 2 different classes. We also saw at the drivers meeting and went through the spread. And man, we have a nice, great spread of class. I think the smallest class has like 18 cars in it, which is awesome because there's a lot of time there'll be a class that'll have 6. So, but I think all of them have that. DYO, I think, is a big one with like 90. But I mean, just awesome competition, awesome cars, unique stuff. Like, you gotta watch it all. You're gonna love it.
We'd been in Orlando for 4 days last week, testing Monday through Thursday, and we really didn't make any quarter-mile passes. We made one. It's very soft, $6.99. But I decided not to test yesterday when we went through tech because I looked at data, and I felt really pretty good about it. And I was going with my gut on that one. And on last night, Nick and I sat down and started studying and overlaying and whatever. Long story short, we put a tune in it that we were pretty confident was a safe tune, conservative off the hit, conservative down the track. And I expected a 690 something, but the air was really great this morning, really great. And we ran a 679 at 214, which is a personal best and also makes us able to do a one and done for Sick Week, day 1, and we're ecstatic about that. Everybody keeps asking me, like, what's the goal? And I was like, to make it through the week. Of course, we ran around 6s, but we did not make it past day 2 on 6 Summer, and I'm almost gun shy from that. Like, I'm like, I don't want to push it too hard, but I think we figured a lot of stuff out, and I'm really, really happy with the car, and I'm looking forward to a good drive today, because we actually get to leave at a decent time. So yeah, no, all smiles here.
You know, the 3 runs we've had here in the past 2 days, we went 619, 615, and we went 612. So today we went 615, but we went big mile an hour. The other day I was here testing. I forgot to arm the chutes because I haven't been in this car that long, and I went through there a little over 200, and that scared the daylights out of me. So today was the first day that I actually run the 1320. So that's why you've seen the big mile an hour. So we need to get the shake out of it. We're trying to figure that out. Once I get the shake out of it, it's on. So I think we're going to stick around. We're going to give the fans what they want. We're going to stick around, make another hit.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Dennis put some pepper to it and we were straight down Broadway, and the thing was trucking down there. But when I pulled the chute, one chute tangled up the wheelie bar. So yeah, so I ended up in the sand trap. I think we're good. We patched up the
Couple of Mustangs coming out of the burnout box.
Hey, even the nice side is, the good side is bad side now, so. Fuck. So we took zip ties and patched it together and then some tape, some speed tape on it. And here, this car don't want to be, don't want to look nice, want to be rough stuff, right? The plan is to hit the road. We had actually a lifter ran out on testing yesterday and took the cam, hurt the cam. So Dennis sanded out the cam middle of the night. So we have been working all this night as well. So, but never good to use sandpaper in the engine, right? But we're taking 1 hour at a time at the moment, so we're good. We're going to hit the road here. We're pretty satisfied with that run, so we're good. We're good.
Your car still looks crazy violent.
Yeah, we're trying to make it less violent, but yeah, it shook the tires real bad this time also. And it comes and goes, it's inconsistent. Because yesterday it was almost through the 60 foot, and today we're back at the same page again. So, as we didn't have any more tests, now we're going to pull power. That's the worst thing to do, because it goes slower and slower. But we're going to pull power so we get the time slip so we can have like a backup anyway. I think we're more like we have to wait 4 hours or something now for the next hit. So make the backup hit and then try to do a third one if we can.
We went a 648, 223, which is both our personal bests. We're still kind of creeping up on the first eighth of the mile because we were shaking the tires so bad that he took a lot of power out and he's just been slowly putting a little back in. So it should have a little bit left in it. If everything holds together, we should go faster tomorrow. So it's kind of our hopes. Put a little bit more in it early and see what it'll do.
So now you're not going out again, obviously.
No, I'm not going out again. I mean, it's kind of, I started looking at the numbers and we'd have to go like 700s to get to the next guy, and might be able to do it, but it's getting hotter. The track's not going to be as good, so there's no point in it. So we're going to head out and see what happens on 5-day average, you know.
So we have unsuccessfully done everything we tried to do. So we are going to Aiden back the tune way down, so it's probably going to be a dog, but hopefully it will not spin and I won't have to pedal it, and then we'll just start pouring the power in and then just see and at least get to a baseline and go from there. But kind of, yeah, we just want to have to get hopefully a decent pass in this first run, and then maybe we will make some different changes and then go try again later today. That's what we got to work with right now, because now you're like critical stuff. You don't know if you're going to get 2 runs today, so you want to try it. Every run has to count. You got to try and get down the track, so that's what we're after. And hey, we'll see what happens. But day 1, and we're behind the 8 ball. But hey, we'll be behind the 8 ball. No, maybe we'll be ahead of the 8 ball if all this works and it actually goes decently. But our goal is a 7-second pass with this thing by the end of the week. Math says, at least our math that we talk about driving down the road to the hotel last night, our math seems right. We can do it, but we just need the old girl here to do it. There you go.
So basically, if it hooks, you'll be happy with whatever it runs?
If it doesn't spin, it may not even be trying to hook. It might just be driving away from the starting line. I don't know if you can call that hook, but we'll call it driving away from the starting line. But if it does that, then hopefully it'll make it up, because we got the mile per hour stuff we're looking for. We keep gaining, even pedaling it. We went 136 to the 8th, 173 to the quarter. So like those can increase, or those will increase if we can get off the line and not have to pedal it a second out. So that's what we got. Maybe we've been missing the boat with what this thing wanted, because that was the best launch we've done in a while.
We don't need no stinking oil pump belts. We just need a dentist if you can fix these. It's up on the fender. I just need an oil pump belt dentist. If you know any of them guys laying around. So we're gonna take the oil pump apart, do a little cleany up, and hopefully get back to making some noise and playing with our toys. What is it? It's not a happy week. It's a sick week. Tastes good.
So last year here on the first day we went 6:52, which reset the radial record for drag and drive, was my personal best with the car. You know, we were racing the car for a few months at that time. Over the past year, you know, we've gotten to know the car really well. We've done some upgrades, larger turbochargers, done some refinements, you know, throughout the whole program. And the car went 630s at FL2K against Garrett. You know, we've been 409 to the Ace since then. Like, you know, we have tune-ups for a lot of different conditions. So basically we knew what that pass was going to be when we ran that pass for the track condition. It did what it was supposed to do. It's a really good car. Jope's better on the keyboard is fantastic. You know, we hit the right buttons and it does what we want it to do. So, you know, I couldn't be happier for that. So now for the hard part, the drive. So we'll make it to Bradenton. We're going to try to go faster tomorrow because I think Bradenton will be really good, the track conditions. So we're going to do, you know, whatever we can to go faster to the 60, get the front end tightened back up. You know, we were on the wheelie control that pass on purpose because we loosened the front end up to give it some forgiveness in the first 60 feet. And Bradenton, I don't think we'll have to do that. So maybe we can go 620. Like, you know, 633 is my personal best. That was a 635. I think you go like a 29 or a 28. You know, it's just that next increment of going faster. I was here testing Wednesday because I put a new engine in the car, so I wanted to make sure everything was good. And I changed stators in the converter. So yeah, I saw the track condition Wednesday wasn't going to change dramatically from today. So I had a pretty good idea of currently what the track was. Yesterday we came out, saw the cars, decided not to run the car during the test day here because I felt like we had the tune-up from Wednesday set, and it worked. Aims just to do better than I did last year in the sense of the average, right? Like we won last year, so winning again is definitely the goal for the class. But if we can make our average closer to a 650, I think that'd be pretty neat to do that on a 275 tire on a drag and drive. Devin went a 41, which we knew he's going to be a top contender this week, you know, for us, and he still is. You know, even with the 41, we're not that, you know, that's pretty close. 35 to 41 is close enough to worry. You know, so hopefully we can get that 20 tomorrow, and he stays in the 40s, and then we can go into Wednesday, you know, with a more comfortable cushion.
So what happened? You stepped the record. Congratulations.
Well, only for about a minute, and then Brett took it back from us, which is good. You know what I mean? We went out and went 641 at like 212. It was down a mile an hour. Everything seemed to be fine. Josh came over to radio, thought everything was fine. Kind of sounded like it was like rattling the tire or something up top is what he said, and that's kind of what the data looks like. But it looks like we broke an intake valve about 4.9 into the run, 5.0, about 5 seconds, right around 5 seconds into the run. Looks like I broke an intake valve. We got an EGT that's down, and we've got metal in both downpipes. So something happened. I've got an English bulldog at home that just went to emergency surgery. So we were actually gonna plan on leaving anyway, so I could be home with the dogs. But it broke, so now we're definitely leaving. But it's shaping up to be a good week. You guys are gonna have a blast. So wish we could have stayed around a little longer, you know. But we'll see you at 6 Summer.
Yesterday during testing, we spun really bad out of the hole. So I was a little bit nervous with it, and then we got it back to the pits and had to do an oil fix, had to drop the transmission and everything. So we didn't really know what was going to happen, but I took some power off of the leaf and kind of put a tune in that I knew should get down. Did a pretty decent 60 foot, a little bit slow, 128, but still 779, I think 171 and 172. So we turned our slip in, and we're going to try and hit the road and try and get some sleep tonight.
When I left the track last night, it was freezing cold and you were underneath your car and you looked to be battling under there. Like, what was going on?
I had a rear main seal that was leaking. I knew about it. It was just a drip, and then after I cleaned everything off, made a pass, it was really bad, so I knew I had to do it. I remembered why I didn't do it at the house, because I had to clearance the flex plate or the firewall with a grinder, but we got it taken care of. I think we got out of here about 10:30. Got in bed by about 12, so a little bit tired, but happy we did that, especially with the pass that we made. So it was all good for us.
Get that out of here. For my kids, man. They're back home. We're gonna go to the back.
Ready? There's the magic. You want a wiener? You want a wiener?
Ketchup and mustard, please.
Ketchup? There you go. Enjoy your wiener.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you. Come again. Come again.
Is the boat ready?
Racer?
So we are packing up to hit the road. We're doing a one and done. So we did 819, so Aiden changed the tune up with it. We basically dead hooked the tire on the launch. It definitely was a little more perky than I thought it would be, so it surprised me when it took off that hard, because I really thought it was just going to be a soft launch. But went down, it went up 530 to the 8th. We've been 525 to the 8th, so we're down a little bit there, but our mile per hour is 140. And then out the back half, we went 170, 819. So that puts us in striking distance of the 7 that we want to get. Mickey Thompson's here. We did switch to the tires, front tires we switched, because the version we had were the real heavy version. So I think we lost about 20 pounds off the nose changing these tires before we hit the road. But that'll be a tomorrow thing. But I'm trying to think what else happened there.
What about suspension? You still got the cement mods?
So yep, there's still have the concrete in there, and that's where we're wondering if we could at least remove one bag based on where we're at now. So we'll see. We definitely are heavy, but it's definitely making power because of what we're doing down track. So tomorrow's a new day. We got a whole drive to think about it, but we're just working on packing, like I said, packing everything up so we can hit the road and hit some checkpoints and try and make it over there and try again tomorrow. Kind of what I've said before is I've never made it past day 2. Now, granted, I've had 2.0 here. Knock on wood, we're hoping more reliable combination that we should be okay with. Granted, we blew it up in Death Week. Granted, none of my combinations proved to be very reliable, but we're hoping that some magic's going to happen, and we'll get this thing to day 2. Hopefully, we'll get down lower in the 8s with it. Who knows? Maybe we'll get our 7 tomorrow. We'll see. It is hell leaving here and going to Bradenton, the more direct route. And you go through Orlando, and Orlando sucks. The downtown area of Orlando is horrible. We went 20 miles last year, and it took freaking 3 hours. So we've changed up with the route and everything, because we're going from here to Bradenton. Normally we'd go from Bradenton to South Georgia. We're going to Gainesville, then South Georgia, all the way back down here to Orlando. So because that's a long drive, there won't be as much beach with that day. So we made today the beach day. So we're basically heading out here. We're heading east over to A1A or whatever to follow the ocean, going down the ocean towards Palm Beach. Then we're going to cut straight across down in the middle of the no man's land and cut across there to get around the traffic. So we go from what normally probably be a 180-mile drive if we were trying to take the closest to the most direct route, to we're about 250 today to go the back route. Luke and I were here a couple weeks ago and we drove the route, so we made sure everything was all good with it, and good checkpoints, and
Should be a great time.
Alan, this seemed like such a simple problem just not less than an hour ago. What happened?
It's still just a simple problem. It's just a piston we broke. It's no big deal. So we found out that's what went through the oil pump we think is a piece of the piston. So when I put it together at Steve, I guess I left my sucker on top of it or something. I don't know. We getting ready to pop the head off and throw a piston in it, and figured we ain't got nothing better to do. We're driving to Bradenton tonight. Nice thing about buying an SMX from Steve is when I rebuild it, I really didn't need to put rods and pistons in it, so this is a lot of miles and a lot of passes, and there's one of my used pistons we just brought as spares, so something goofy's happened. We've either broke a part of a piston or something, but a little flake went through the oil, and number 8 don't look perfect, so I'm pulling it out to see if we got a problem. Well, it's just sick the mag, so our motto is I'd rather change a piston than buy a Tesla. It's that easy.
My name is Jacob Davis, and this is our 1972 AMC Javelin. It's a full tube chassis car, and the crazy part is this car was built in 1984 and sat unfinished in a garage for almost 40 years. We bought it this winter, and we took it quarter mile racing and decided, you know what would be really fun is try to make that live on the street, because that's a great idea. So it's AMC 401, bored and stroked to 431 cubic inches, so we're in the big block side of things. But the crazy part is this thing has aluminum rods, over 12.5 to 1 compression. We got a turbo 400 with a trans brake, and 9-inch rear end that is currently on the ground under the car, because when I let go of that trans brake, the 4-link brackets ripped off the rear end, pinion went up, drive shaft exploded, and we're fixing it here in the pit. So you see, there's a rear end on the ground under the car, and we're waiting on the drive shaft to get back from the drive shaft shop, and we'll just continue on. So I turned in a 20 today because I don't think I'm gonna even get it together for another pass. They're probably about to shut down the lanes, but we're not giving up, and I think we have a chance. I think there's only one other AMC here, and it's running like 19-second quarter miles, so we're gonna win fastest AMC because we're the only AMC V8 on the property. We might win something, but I think finishing the week is a win, because this car was not made to live on the street, and all I've done is driven it like 20 miles, and we're running it on pump gas with an octane booster in it, got a bunch of extra cooling, got a big oil cooler. We're running nitro 70 weight oil mixed with 20 W50, so 50-50 mix to bring the oil pressure up, because aluminum rods apparently grow a little bit at operating temperature, and I learned that on my test drive. So will it be here tomorrow? I don't know, but the motor sat in a garage not running for 30 years, and I haven't even gone through it other than looking at it. The valves were lashed in 1995. I'm not kidding. We checked them right before sick week, and they haven't moved since 1995. It's wild. So it's a good car. It's got a tag on it. It makes it a street car, right?
that was the run we needed. It just sneezed on me, so if we can clean that up, we'll get what everybody wants.
You think you sold your shake?
Yeah, did you see it? It took off. It finally went.
That was shit.
Yeah, we stuck the tire again. We put more power to the hit. The prep, you know, it was a tight track.
So what are you handing in at the end of the day?
Yeah, never done this before. 8:15 at yeah. But looking forward to the drive.
Was it worth doing that second one tonight?
Yeah, we got rid of the tire shake, but we were trying to add big boost to it, and we didn't have enough fuel in it, so it kept coughing. So, you know, you're only as good as your last pass. So we gotta lick our wounds and drive to Bradenton. I'm okay with it, but you know what? I'm just like I told Tom, I'm happy to be here. I'm impressed with the whole deal. And it's cool to be back with everybody I used to drag and drive with. And like I said, the camaraderie is amazing. And that's what brought me to it. So
we love the show you're putting on too.
Thank you, bud.
We did a little overfill there by accident. That's the least of our problems. We're good, right? That's the least of our problems. We're good.
We're just filling up right now and trying to rearrange this trailer a little bit so it's a little easier to do this. So I don't really want to have to unstrap all this stuff every time we want to use the auxiliary tank to fill up. So we'll see how this goes. We'll reconfigure some stuff. So